TCL 20 Pro 5G. Best gaming phone $499.99. Snapdragon 750G paired with 6GB of RAM. The TCL 20 Pro 5G is the company's latest attempt to make a splash with phones bearing its own name after years of building handsets for other brands. And this $499 phone is quite the looker, with a beautiful design and an immersive display. As strong as those features are, the TCL 20 Pro 5G ultimately disappoints in practically every other regard. From cameras that failed to capture good video to below-average battery life, this mid-range phone fails to impress beyond its pretty veneer. As you'll see in our TCL 20 Pro 5G review, the phone wants to do so much more, but it can't quite live up to its similarly priced, or even cheaper, rivals. TCL 20 Pro 5G Review, Display. The star of the show with the TCL 20 Pro 5G is the phone's display, a 6.67-inch FHD plus AMOLED panel, locked at 60 Hz. TCL's panel features excellent color calibration, staying nice and bright. TCL 20 Pro 5G Review, Cameras. The TCL 20 Pro 5G has a 32MP front camera and 4 rear cameras, a 48MP primary shooter with optical image stabilization, a 16MP ultrawide lens, a 2MP macro camera, and a 2MP depth sensor. The latter two are effectively useless, as we've seen time and time again with other budget and mid-range phones. In my opinion, they're included only so that TCL can say the phone has 4 cameras. TCL 20 Pro 5G Review, Video. The TCL 20 Pro 5G supports up to 4K video at 30 frames per second in SDR, 1080p 30 with HDR. There's also EIS to keep things stable and a couple of other options like better motion capture and such. TCL 20 Pro 5G Review, Performance. The TCL 20 Pro 5G uses a Snapdragon 750G paired with 6GB of RAM. This processor is newer than the Snapdragon 765G and the Pixel 4a 5G, and they're neck and neck in terms of performance. The 765G has the slightest advantage in some tasks and is slightly more power efficient with its 7nm process, versus the 8nm in the 750G. But for all intents and purposes, both system-on-chips are equal when it comes to real-world performance. TCL 20 Pro 5G Review, Battery Life and Charging. With its 4,500 mAh battery, I expected the TCL 20 Pro to last a good while, especially with a 60 Hz display drawing less power than fast refreshing screens. But our testing proved that to be false, much to my disappointment. While other phones with a 4,500 mAh cell can last upwards of 10 hours or more, the TCL 20 Pro 5G averaged just 8 hours and 30 minutes in the Tom's Guide battery test. TCL 20 Pro 5G Review, Software and TCL UI. The TCL 20 Pro 5G comes with Android 11 out of the box with TCL UI 3.0 on top. This skin has several visual tweaks with some resemblance to Samsung's One UI. You're presented with a lot of features to sift through, like palm rejection adjustments, a quick launch dock for frequently used apps, an adjustable smart key to which you can map shortcuts, and a few pre-installed TCL apps like the IR remote one I mentioned earlier. TCL 20 Pro 5G, Specs. OS, Android 11/TCL UI 3.0. Display, 6.67-inch AMOLED, 2400 by 1080. Refresh rate, 60 Hz. CPU, Snapdragon 750G. RAM, 6GB. Storage/expandable, 256GB/yes. Rear cameras, 48MP, f/1.8, 16MP, f/2.4, ultrawide, 2MP, f/2.2, macro, 2MP, f/2.4, depth. Front camera, 32MP, f/2.5. Video, up to 4K at 30 frames per second. Battery, 4,500 mAh. Charging, 18W wired, 15W wireless. Battery life, HRS, mins 830. Size, 6.46 by 2.87 by 0.35 inches. Weight, 6.7 ounces.